So in this first play, what we're going to have is player 1 passing over to player 3, and he's going to screen away for player 2. At this time, player 2, depending on how the defense plays, could run and receive a pass here. He could also cut towards the rim. Now, if he cuts over here and he receives the ball, the next thing that's going to happen is player 3 is going to cut towards the rim, back out, back screen for player 1, who's going to do the same thing and back out. However, if player 2 was to pass to one of those two sides and screens away, and that player who he's screening for cuts towards the rim, what has to happen now is player 3 can either pass him the ball for the layup, or player 3 can then, at least player 3 in this case, will dribble up to the top of the key, to the point, and player 1 will then follow through and head out to that 3-point line. Now let's get on to the second play. In this second play, same idea. So player 3 is going to then pass over to player 2 or to player 1. But for sake of argument, let's say he passes over to player 2. He will then, instead of screening away, what he's going to do is screen for player 2. And this will be a screen and roll. When he's rolling towards the basket, he can get hit up for a pass. If not, he's going to continue through. He is then going to screen for player 1, who's going to cut towards the rim. And then he can pop back out, and you're back in the same formation, so that now you can run the same play either here or the one that I showed you last, where instead of screening for, he could screen away. These two plays work hand in hand together, for one because they're easy, but for two, they set back up to the exact style as you were in before, so you can continue to run the same two plays back to back. Now in this third 3-on-3 basketball play, what we're going to have is now player 3 in the post and player 1 in the post. It doesn't have to be your smallest player and tallest player. It does not have to be like that. It could be anybody. But one of these players is going to go and screen across for the other post player, who is then going to pop up, and then instead of popping up for the 3-point shot, he's going to go and screen for the player who has the ball. The player who was originally doing the screening, he's going to pop up to the 3-point line. This is going to be a screen and roll, so that now he can go in for a layup. He could pass to player 1 for the layup or mid-range shot, or he could pass way out to player 3 if his defender really sagged down to play help defense. Or what could happen as well is player 2 could pass to 1, who could then pass to 3 for the 3-point shot as well. If he is shooting the 3-point shot, you already have 2 players ready for the rebound anyways, so that just sets up a nice easy rebound layup, possibly, if that becomes a possibility. Now in this fourth play, this is almost like a horns basketball play. What we're going to have is one of these two players, they're going to pop out to the 3-point line where player 1 will pass them the ball, and now you're going to have the other post player. He is going to go and back screen for player 1, who is then going to cut towards the rim and may be open for a pass. If he's not open, player 2 may be open, popping up to the 3-point line, depending on if his defender went down, as well as his player 1's own defender went down to play defense as well. You may have player 2 who's wide open for a 3-point shot. Now in our fifth and final 3-on-3 basketball play that I really love to run is now player 2 is screening down for player 3. Player 3 is going to use that screen, and he's going to go and screen for player 1. And then player 2 is going to pop out to this 3-point line. And now what you're going to have is player 1 using 3 as a screen. 3 is going to roll towards the basket. And now, depending on where the defense is, if player 2's man plays help defense, he may be open for a layup or for a 3-point shot. Or player 1 could go in for a layup. Or player 1 could also pass to player 3 for the layup as well.